Gold Cup Day. Now, we're getting closer to New Zealand. We better have a look at the meeting there to preview it. Let's cross over to Andre Neal.
Welcome into the New Zealand coverage this afternoon. You take in the action from the Whakatane Racing Club meeting. They race at Gate Pa, and our feature race day today is in the heart of the Central Districts. It's the Wanganui Jockey Club meeting racing at Wanganui. Well, the weather and track conditions for your feature meeting coming to you from Wanganui. And interesting enough too, we've had a bit of a mild winter and we're suffering just a little bit with rain about the place. 15 degrees though, it's the expected high today. Isolated showers and long periods of fine weather. The track conditions are officially described as heavy, but the weather conditions are perfect for today's action at Wanganui. Yes, it is a feature race day. And unlike last weekend, of course, we had a heavy track at Hastings and a firm track, well, heavy track at Ellerslie, firm track at Hastings. Today, we've heavy tracks at both venues. Let's have a look at some of the selections for you. The 2-year-olds kick off the day in race number 1. Interesting race it is with no form disclosed, but Sneak has been going very well at the trials at Cambridge. This filly by Faultart, Zillion number 12 and Framed, this 2-year-old by Masterpiece from the same stable as Cinderbella, who you saw in action last weekend. Ahapani in race number 3, number 1, very good effort last time out behind Albacora at Hastings. Ain't All Trumps is side by Zabil, and Salgrado has form on the board as well, so 1, 9 and 4. In race number 5, the form runners are the Pied Piper, Flaming Ruby, who's trained by John Wheeler, and Bronze Cruiser, who's trained on the track by Paul Belsham, 1, 7 and 2. And one of our features this afternoon you'll see is race number 7 on the card. It is the Waikato Stud Stakes. The 3-year-old fillies take centre stage. La Bella Dama expected to go very well. Opie Bosson doing the riding. Playful Fingers, a bit of a question mark about the fitness of Playful Fingers, and Kinetic. So 5, 1 and 2 at race number 7. And the 9th on the card, Linford on top from the Nicky and Peter Hurdle stable. Our Blue Banker is a very good racehorse. At 9, the Gun Runner. And in race number 11, which is the feature, the Wanganui Guineas and Camacho Grey Friar and Cousteau are all very good chances in that race. But it is a very good betting race, that Wanganui Guineas. Yes, it's a feature race day at Wanganui. Good luck with your investments. Whakatane Cup Day today at Gate Pa. This is the area of the Waikato. At the weather and track conditions for the action are, well, 17 degrees, the expected high. Fine apart from isolated showers, light winds, and the track conditions are heavy. As you can see though, very nice weather conditions at both venues, although we've had this very mild winter, starting to pay for it a little bit with rain over the last week in both venues. But today, for Saturday, the weather is perfect. The Whakatane Racing Club, as far as you're concerned, starts in race number 2 on the card. Let's have a look at a couple of the selections. Jimmy John expected to go well, along with Lord Penn and Just Gross in the hurdles to kick off the day. Prince Amazing is trained by Chris and Colleen Wood. Of course, they trained one of the leading contenders for the Caulfield Cup in Carpstad Way. Rip It Up and Why Not Peter, given some sort of show too in race number 4. St. Therese in race number 6 on the card, number 3, inform runner for Chris McNabb. Bright Star and K Road included in our selections. And in race number 8 on the card, White Collar Junkie on top. Sasakawa has form on the board, and Guilty as Charged, 10, 2 and 4. Number 2, Milnorm has been working particularly well in track work this week for a Celtic Swing, and 3 No Fibs, 2, 4 and 3. Real even betting fields today at Wanganui on a feature race day, and it's Whakatane Cup Day this afternoon at Whakatane. Good luck with your investing from New Zealand. We look forward to bringing you the action very shortly.
Andre, thank you. And we're getting closer to the first. These 2-year-olds going around, and with some interesting betting moves here. Now, number 1, Framed, will be close to favourite or second favourite. In New Zealand, you're getting overs there at 13s, but it has firmed in. But Framed has been well supported, number 1. Now, number 2, Danny, is at 9.90. 33s for the 4. Then Scintillating is at 9.90. Egyptian Rain, this is an interesting runner. Now, the 9.90 is definitely overs. And Egyptian Rain is related, of course, to Sunlight.
That's right, Egyptian Rain. She's by Desert Sun, out of a Carrioy lad mare, so you'd expect her to be going pretty quickly, Chris.
Okay, a watch on Egyptian Rain. Now, Sneak is the favourite in New Zealand, is at $6.80. Let's go further down. And Dixie Lou here at 15s. Highland Rhythm at $8 and 8.10 now. Now you're getting unders or overs for that at the moment. 2 Zillion at 7.30, and then Tangolo at 6.90. And the other one there, Burnt Sienna at 20s, and Kellystown Road at $9.30. That's about comparable odds there to Opie Bossom's ride. So the 2-year-olds about to be moved in. In fact, they are at the 800, and should be a good race. This too be interesting to see what these young 2-year-olds do in the first one of the year. And Sneak is the 6.70 favourite. Now the tips here in the first are for number 8 Sneak, which I said was the favourite there in New Zealand, over 12 Zillion and 1 frame. So 8, 12 and 1, as they are moving in for the running of the first at Wanganui, the first race on the card from New Zealand today. Sneak the favourite in an open race. Let's take you there for the first. Here is Tony Lee.
Has been to the trials, just a small trial field at Wanganui, and like everything else, debut day for the 2-year-olds. So Burnt Sienna by Deputy Governor, Checkers Stud Stallion, Deputy Governor, as we welcome in our Australian viewers today to Wanganui, the river city on the west coast of the North Island. Population around about 40,000, and a sleepy hollow of a city, but quite a bit to do here. Good racing track. And there's Michael Walker, way ahead in the premiership early. Went to Oamaru yesterday and the meeting was abandoned, but he still has 21 wins already with just 1 month of the season gone by. Win movers, Kellystown Road, $9.40 to $6.45. That's a dropper, all right. Framed, also dropping to $4.90. And Sneak into $4.55, favourite for the race. The call on the first of the day here for Wanganui Jockey Club. Robbie Hannam, Kellystown, Burnt Sienna, the ride, 43s at $9.50. That'll be the last to go forward. And we'll be underway on this, the Huntingdale Lodge Wanganui Stakes Day at weight for age. We have 8 runners with several scratchings, but it's still a very good-looking field. So too, the straight shipping Wanganui Guineas and the Waikato Stud Stakes for fillies. Radio Pacific's Tony Lee calls today Race 1, the Ford 2-year-old series.
Thanks, Mike. Yes, exciting time for well, lots of people really with the first of the babies stepping out today. Studmasters and obviously Connections pretty hopeful with a lot of the horses here. Now this one, a roughie about to go in, Burnt Sienna at $39.90 by Deputy Governor. Well proven stallion here, standing at Checkers Stud. Good money, well, good support, I should say, on the 15 Kellystown Road. Gee, it's a lovely horse. Very, very nice example. Looks pretty mature, a lot of leg about it. As the outside gate, but at $6.30, $2.05. Looks like a good running horse, and the track conditions, well, are hugely important today. Good old downpour at around 6:30, so the track's rating is heavy. Over the 800 metres, the short course, I don't know whether it's going to make a huge impact, but surely throughout the day, the wide draws will come into effect. Now, just awaiting this one to get loaded up completely. Burnt Sienna. Ollie French to the top of his stand. I think we're halfway in with this horse. Highland Rhythm has drawn 1. The favourite Sneak in 2. Egyptian Rain well supported at 9s. Zillion Tangoya ready to go, framed, number 1 at $4.60. The money's come for it late as well. Stand by for a start. 4 2-year-old series are all in. The babies are ready to race. Highland Rhythm off the inside, Kellystown Road the outside. The line looks pretty well right here. Racing now, the 2-year-olds are away, and Kellystown Road off the outside flew, as too did Egyptian Rain. Going with them as framed in the early part, and when they settle down, right with them as Burnt Sienna. Back behind these runners, Highland Rhythm. Kellystown Road lost a bit of ground. Zillion went in front of that with Egyptian Rain, as too Tangoyo sneaks a fair way back. Further away, Dixie Lou a long way to the other two. Danny Ann scintillating as they come to the home corner. Egyptian Rain's in front, frames tackling it on the outside, and deeper out is Burnt Sienna. Egyptian
Egyptian Rain railed like a greyhound and shot about 3 lengths in front now. From Framed, running on Tangoyo down the outside and Isambard in that group, and then Highland Rhythm. But it's all Egyptian Rain. Egyptian Rain, although Tangoyo's coming after it now. Tangoyo's getting to the lead and Tangoyo will win. Brilliant in the finish. Egyptian Rain found one blade of grass to run on the last little bit, and I think Isambard's run third. And then we had Gypsy Lou a little wider out, scintillating. What a huge run that. In behind these runners then was Sneak and Zillion. Further away was Danny, then Kelly's Town Road, Highland Rhythm, further away Framed, and one of the last in will be Bench Sienna.
Well, what a run by Tangoyo. Came down the outside when Egyptian Rain looked to have the race in its keeping. This is the relative to Sunline.
Yep, Tangoyo by Exploding Prospect.
And Iscabrad third there at long odds, 13, 6 and 4. The 2-year-olds going around there in the first in New Zealand. Race 2 is the hurdle over 2,900, and Just Grouse is at $18. Chico at $4.70, Glace Star at $12, Ivor's Turn at $11, Jimmy John at $4.90, Lord Penn $7.80, Tristanel at $11, 15s for Kadara, West Study at $18, Hula Habit at $37, Kaimanawa King at $29, and the Tasmanian at $7.20. That's 3 minutes away, that hurdle there. Okay, in the meantime, before we go there, we've got those divs there on race 1 up now, and 13 Tangoyo paying $9.62.10, 6 Egyptian Rain at $4.80, and 4 Isambard at $13.20, 78.70 the Quinella, and 13, 6 and 4 the trifecta, $3,923. We better get into the recap now for the Rosehill meeting. Reshotting one of the runners, and they're almost set now for the second. Let's take you back for the maiden hurdle, and here he is, Darren Tyquin.
Gates are back and they're off and racing now, and Tristanel began fairly over on the inside from Ivor's Turn and Glace Star. Then Hula Habit over on the outside as they face up to the first jump, followed by in behind them there was Chico as they sail over that one, and there's one down, Kaimanawa King. Kaimanawa King has lost the rider at the first obstacle after being replated and holding up to the start, and that's the end of him as they race down the side now. And Glace Star is the leader. It's Glace Star in front by about 2 lengths to Ivor's Turn and Tristanel. Then the riderless horse who's moving around the outside of just in behind them there is Wes Sturdy and Hula Habit as they go over the next one. They were followed then by Chico, and back on the outside is Kardara. Then came 2 lengths away then over on the outside was the Tasmanian, followed by Jimmy John, and then Just Grouse and Lord Penn, one of the favourites, is back at the tail of the field as they round the turn and they square up the 3 in the laneway. And the leader over on the inside is Glace Star with the blinkers on. Glace Star in front round the bend, coming up to the first of the treble, out by about 2 lengths from in second placing is Ivor's Turn over on the inside as they come up to it. That riderless horse is getting in between runners, going in between the leaders, and they've been followed by Hula Habit back on the inside. Going past him now is Tristanella as they come to the second of the 3 in the lane, and the leaders get over it safely, making ground. Kardara the outside, Hula Habit back on the rail, and then Wes Sturdy, followed by in behind those horses then was Just Grouse the outside, then Chico, Lord Penn, Jimmy John in behind them, and 5 lengths away to the other runner, and that's the Tasmanian as they sail over this next obstacle now, and the leader is Glace Star. The riderless horses right there in the thick of the action as they work out of the straight. Getting up on the inside as Ivor's Turn. Tristanel's keeping a wide berth as they run over the crossing, and they've been followed then by in behind those horses Wes Sturdy. Lord Penn is making ground, so is Just Grouse going around the outside as they work down the back, and they're a couple of lengths in front of Chico, and in behind those horses then was Kardara the outside, then Hula Habit, followed by Jimmy John as they go to the next one, and the Tasmanian still 5 or 6 back at the rear of the field. It's Glace Star still the pilot as they run down now, back where they started from, coming up to the start jump in about 50 or so metres from now, and Glace Star in front by a length and a half. From in second placing Ivor's Turn. That riderless horse is still there. Wes Sturdy has got right up on the inside with Tristanel, and Lord Penn, cannon into it. Lord Penn lost about 3 lengths, and coming around the outside is Just Grouse, so is Jimmy John. Tristanel's a beat lead and force on the inside. Cardara and Chico make ground. Lord Penn, after that obstacle, is back to second or third last, about 10 lengths away to the other runner, and that's Hula Habit. And the Tasmanian 25 lengths last of all as they sail over the next obstacle now. And still it's Glace Star in front. Glace Star is still the front runner as they swing down the side. They've got two to get over from Ivers Turn, who's in hot pursuit on the outside. Then Wes Sturdy. Chico continues to make ground up on the inside of the riderless Kaimanawa King, and they're 3 lengths to Just Grouse, and then Jimmy John, followed by Cardara, Lord Penn, Tristan Hula Habit, forget about the Tasmanian, up to the second last. Ivers Turn on the outside, and Glace Star, they jump it together, about 4 lengths to Wes Sturdy, then Chico, followed by Just Grouse. The leaders have got it though. It's Glace Star and Ivers Turn over the last together. Ivers Turn with a little bit better jump on the outside, runs to the lead. Glace Star on the flat is coming back, but Ivers Turn on the outside in front, and Ivers Turn will win the day. Ivers Turn, a gutsy effort from Glace Star. Chico third. Lord Penn, mark that down for a black booker if ever you've seen one. Then came Just Grouse, Cardara, Jimmy John, Wes Sturdy, and then Tristan and Hula Habit, and the Tasmanians just coming down the lane now.
What a slogging go that was, and Ivers Turn just gets there at 21.10, 4.30. Glace Star at 4.50, and Chico third at 1.20, 4.32. Okay, the third, and Wanganui Maiden over the 1600, and Pani 20s, 24 had a fair, then Salgrado at 5.70, Barton's Mistake is into 5.70, Zip at 16, Hadawine at 29, Corey Cat at 6.60, and further down you've got 5.80 about Ain't All Trumps and is the favourite, and 8.50 Arno Bay, so good money for the 9 there. A Cray Lass at 12s, 19 Bold Respect, and She's a Babe at $15 there, race 3 at New Zealand. We best look at Sandown now. The boys standing by. Short
to Wanganui, set now. Just holding them there.
Set and racing now, and Ahapani off the outside was very slow to begin. It's about 6 lengths behind them. Zips just in front of that, and Barton's Mistake and Corrie Cat all get back. Okie Raylass has begun well from Hadawine, and She's a Babe whipping up onto the speed. Just behind them, Bold Respect, a little deeper to Salgrado, and Arno Bay the inside. Then the favourite Ain't All Trumps. Had Affairs the outside of that. Corrie Cat next over on the inside of Barton's Mistake, and Zip and 4 lengths to Ahapani at the 1200 metres, the last one. Okie Raylass getting away with a cheap lead. Jimmy Walker goes forward on Salgrado now and ensures the pace quickens up a little. Behind these runners, Hadawine, Arno Bay the run, and then She's a Babe, Barton's Mistake a little wider. Bold Respect back inside of it, improving. Zip between those runners, Had a Fair. Ain't All Trumps getting back a little in transit now. Corrie Cat the outside, and Ahapani is last as they run to the 800 metres. There's only 6 lengths covering this field as they turn down the side of the course. Okie Raylass is just in front. Second on the outside is Salgrado. Barton's Mistake working forward around Hadawine and Arno Bay. Zip the next, Had a Fair between runners, as to then is She's a Babe losing a bit of ground. Bold Respect is riding for luck on Ain't All Trumps. Corrie Cat takes off, and Ahapani's the last one. Still not much top to bottom as they run to the 450 metres. Okie Raylass tackled by Salgrado, and on the outside of these runners then is Hadawine, and Arno Bay got off the trail, and Ain't All Trumps is getting up in behind these runners. Salgrado, Arno Bay and Hadawine on the outside, and Ain't All Trumps is trying to warm up on the inside. Arno Bay to Salgrado, Hadawine. It's Arno Bay in front. Salgrado's coming again, and on the inside, Ain't All Trumps. Arno Bay in front, and it'll out-tough him. Arno Bay the prize. Second, Ain't All Trumps. Salgrado third. Hadawine and Corrie Cat hit in the line nicely. A long break then to Okie Raylass. Barton's Mistake, Had a Fair. Ahapani, Bold Respect, She's a Babe, and the last will be Zip. Number 11, Arno Bay, the prize, at $10.15 and $3.15 for the place.
Arno Bay, 5-year-old mare, gets home in the third at 13.45.60 over Ain't All Trumps, and Salgrado third, so 11.9.4 after the third there in New Zealand. Okay, winner returns there, number 11. After that race, we're going to look ahead to the fourth, which is a maiden plate over the 1200. And it's 10s about Prince Amazing, 5.60 for Rip It Up, Lance O'Sullivan, 8.50 there, Molly D. Nyot Peter at 6.40, 13 for Indiama, Just a Frank at 460 as it's updating again, now at 420. Then 870 about Toya, Bay Myth at 13, Rock Show 16, Shanghai Rooster at $11. That's 8 minutes away. Now, the previous event to 11 Arno Bay at 13.45.60, 8 All Trumps at 150 and Salgrado at 130. 20.50 Quinella, 11.9 and 4, 149.70 the trifecta today in race 3. We'll take a break. We're going to watch.
Splendid retreat. He won't get as good a run today from the wide alley, but that's the way I see it. 1 from 7, about to go New Zealand.
Here's race number 4. Let's go to the track.
It's amazing. Toya, the gates are back and they're off and racing now. Rock Show missed it over on the outside and Shanghai Rooster a little bit tardy to begin. One of the best to bound out was Toya from Prince Amazing over on the inside, and Rip It Up is starting to charge up there with Molly D even wider on the track as they go to the 1,000-metre mark. They were being followed then by in behind those horses. There was Indy Armour with Why Not Peter going around the outsider, and they were being followed by Bay Myth, then Shanghai Rooster, followed by Just a Frank, who's buried back on the inside, second to last, and a length and a half away to Rock Show, who's toiling at the tail as they race off the back and head down the side of the track now. The leader is Toya. Molly D on the outside moved up to second. Prince Amazing back on the inside third. Why Not Peter going around the outsider. Then Rip It Up followed by Shanghai Rooster, who's very wide on the track as they come to the turn from Bay Myth. Then Indy Armour back on the inside. Just a Frank is second to last as they swing into the home stretch now with 400 metres to go, and Rock Show at the tail of the field. Down the straight they come, and it's Toya on the inside, the leader from in second placing Prince Amazing. Then Why Not Peter, Just a Frank getting up on the inside. Rock Show running on, Rip It Up right down the outside, but the leader is still Toya at the 100-metre mark. Prince Amazing starting to get in now. It's Toya and Prince Amazing. Prince Amazing reels in Toya, and Prince Amazing got up to beat Toya. Why Not Peter? Then Rip It Up, Rock Show, followed by Indy Armour, and back on the inside, Just a Frank. He could throw an happy over that division. They were followed then by Bay Myth about 10 lengths away to Shanghai Rooster and Molly D at the tail of the field.
3-year-old Colt by Our Maiscape, and gets home to score his first win today at 6:10 180 over Toya and Yacht Peter. So 2.96 it'll be after the 4th there in New Zealand. Now the 5th, Wanganui Maiden over 13.20, and the Pied Piper at 4.70. That's the 3rd favourite over there. Bronze Cruiser at 6.70, or the firm favourite rather, I should say. The Pied Piper, it is the favourite. Bronze Cruiser 6.70, 7.80 there for Kerry Knight. Now Flaming Ruby $4, and further down to $5 for Maresmo. Catch a Smile 7.80, and Test Jar at 9.30. Now the divs on the 4th are up, and Prince Amazing the winner, 6.10 and 180. Toya at 2.90, Not Peter 1.60. Quinella 28.50, the trifecta 2, 9 and 6, $224 on race number 4 in New Zealand. Okay, we better go back to Rosehill, coming into the Furious Stakes. The preview continues once again. Here's
13.20 metres, Radio Pacific's Tony Lee.
Thanks, Mike. Yes, just awaiting these, the last of them to Lincoln, second favourite. Flaming Ruby. Now Catch a Smile is gone in the grey, has loaded away. 13.20 the money about that. Favourite at 2.80 the Pied Piper. Catch a Smile, not too happy in the gates. Testure alongside of it. Big local representation here. Only one not trained in the area, I think. And it's the second favourite, Flaming Ruby. So just awaiting this horse to settle down, Catch a Smile, and the attendants all over it like a rash. Just awaiting Testure to settle down alongside of it. The rider of Maresmo, Mark Sweeney, just endeavouring to give the horse a little bit of confidence. Now, Brian Hibbard, the rider of Catch a Smile, about to take his irons, and Flaming Ruby and Michael Walker, they'll be the last of them to load away. 2.80 the Pied Piper, 3.40 Flaming Ruby, and $5.10 for the first upper, Bronze Cruiser. Sweating pretty freely before the race. Nice type though. Now Flaming Ruby comes up. Ollie French to the top of the platform. Clerk of the course. Moving away from the front of the gates. We're ready for the Radio Works 13.20. Set to go. Stand by for the start here. We're all but ready. Catch a Smile maybe not quite set as yet. Gates are back and there they go. They're off and racing. And getting back is Testure to a clear last, and also getting back is Flaming Ruby in the early part with Bronze Cruiser. Catch a Smile and Maresmo. The other first two out from the third one on. Settling down is Kerry Knight. The Pied Piper getting through on the inside of it. The favourite a little more than a length to Bronze Cruiser. 3/4 the fences. Flaming Ruby and Testure is the last one running to the first corner. They've got 900 metres to travel, and here Catch a Smile freewheeling it just over a length in front of Maresmo. Bronze Cruiser pulling its way up on the outside. Behind these runners then the Pied Piper, Kerry Knight, and Testure's on the move, and Flaming Ruby is last of all. Coming down the side of the racetrack, they've got 650 metres still to travel, and here Catch a Smile. Maresmo's a half length away, a length Bronze Cruiser. Testure improving. The Pied Piper hunted up a bit behind these. Flaming Ruby takes up the available space on the fence, and Kerry Knight is last, only 4 lengths off them. They've all got a chance at the gold as they come to the home corner. Catch a Smile pressured by Maresmo, Bronze Cruiser and Testure and Kerry Knight right to the outside, and then we've got the Pied Piper bulldogging its way into the clear. Now Maresmo, the Pied Piper's bounded up alongside of it. Kerry Knight is coming home strongly, and Flaming Ruby's getting out. It's the Pied Piper in front from Maresmo and Flaming Ruby, but away goes the Pied Piper. They'll all follow him home. It's the Pied Piper to win. Maresmo second, just in front of Flaming Ruby. About 3 or 4 lengths. Catch a Smile, Kerry Knight, and then Bronze Cruiser, and the last will be Testure.
Well, they're all following the Pied Piper there. $3 and $1.90 over Maresmo second and a Flaming Ruby third. So well fancied runners 1, 2, 3 there in New Zealand. The Pied Piper over Maresmo and a Flaming Ruby. Race 6 is 8 away. And let's have a look at them here. It's a pretty open race. 880 for False Claim. Kirk Kebby at 760 and 370 St. Therese. 520 for Bright Star. 790 K Road, and Roman Tuscany is at $5.60. Then to 610 about He's So Sharp, a Class 1 plate there over the 1300. Now the dibs are up on the 5th. The Pied Piper at $3 and $1.90. 250 Maresmo, Flaming Ruby no third, 1180 Quinella, 4050 the 197 trifecta. Big day at Doomben. Looks like a lovely day too. Soon to the track, but the scratching's there. With St. Therese the odds-on favourite, as they're all set for the running of race 6.
Gates are back. Racing Roman Tuscany a little bit slow, and so is St. Therese. Dwelt slightly at the start, and one of the best to begin was Bright Star. Bright Star is the early leader. Now St. Therese, the favourite, is hunted up by Duplessis and goes to second from False Claim the rail. They were followed by He's So Sharp on the outside of Kirkby, and then Roman Tuscany back on the inside, and a length away to K Road at the 1,000-metre mark, who whips them in. Down the side of the track they race now, and it's Bright Star in the van in front by 1 length over the favourite St. Therese. Then False Claim followed by, and behind them there is Kirkby on the outside, and He's So Sharp trapped out 3 wide. They were followed 2 lengths away to Roman Tuscany, and K Road is last of all. Coming down the side of the track they run now with about 600 to go, and the leader still is Bright Star on the inside, held together by Trudy Collett about a neck in front. From in second placing St. Therese, who's starting to breathe down the neck of the leader. They were followed then by He's So Sharp, and in behind them False Claim. Then came Kirkby, Roman Tuscany, and K Road's under the bat. Into the straight they race now. Bright Star joined by St. Therese on the outside, who goes to the leader. It's St. Therese in front. Kirkby is coming out into the clear, and then False Claim and Roman Tuscany winding up with a big run. St. Therese in front, Roman Tuscany right down the outside, and Kirkby the middle. It's St. Therese, Kirkby and Roman Tuscany. A great go. Kirkby with its nose in front. Oh, might have got there. Kirkby and nose from Roman Tuscany on the outside, but it's a very tight photo. Then back along the inside is St. Therese, followed by False Claim. Then He's So Sharp, followed by Bright Star and K Road at the tail of the field. Kirkby maybe. Renshaw's gym time 1300, thrilling finish. Well, Kirkby and